All right, the first ever Power Inferno Wrestling Academy Mega Clinic is in the books. What a great day it's been here in Phoenix, and one of the guys who made it all possible, flying here from San Diego to come support his old coach at the University of Missouri, Shawn Charles, is Michael Chandler, former Bellator MMA champ, and still with a phenomenal career in front of him at a young age, and a great wrestler as well, an All-American at Missouri back in the day. And Mike, let's talk a little bit about you being here today. I mean, coming out from San Diego to support your old coach, to be here to help the kids.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was a no-brainer for me, obviously, when Coach asked me. Any excuse I have to come see Shawn and Jill and the kids, just come and hang out with them. But also just, I don't get the opportunity to do this as much anymore. When I was in college, we always had the Mizzou wrestling camp, so I would see 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 kids in the summer and just enjoy being around them, the light in their eyes and their little young spirits, and they have their whole lives ahead of them. And just, I love coming out here and hang out with kids and showing them, the sport of wrestling. So it's so much fun for me, and hopefully I get to do this a lot.
When you see these kids, 8 to 18-year-olds, I mean, that wasn't that long ago for you. Well, 18 wasn't. 8 was probably a little ways back. But what goes through your mind when it comes to maybe thinking about what you were doing and what you were thinking at their age?
Yeah, I mean, I really didn't start wrestling until about 14 years old when I got into high school. So, the young kids, the young ones, the 6, 7, 8-year-olds, they're still just having fun with it, which they should be. And then you start seeing the kids in the middle schools and the high schools. They really start kind of taking it more seriously, and it's becoming more of a lifestyle, and it's just cool to see that. People who get into something, it doesn't matter if it's wrestling or what it is, if you pour your whole heart into something, it says something about you, because you're not afraid to fail, you're not afraid to go after your dreams, and that's what you see here a lot with a lot of these kids. And it really, even me at 28 years old, competing at a high level, fighting for world titles and that kind of stuff, still coming back here to a small, smelly little, dimly lit gym with a bunch of kids, like, it really inspires me. It all goes back to hard work. It all goes back to doing the right things, and it's just cool. It's cool seeing these kids,
Yeah, and it really is cool to see them grow and develop. Let's talk a little bit about what coaching did for you along the way, because you've had the gold around your waist. Everybody sees you now as a champion fighter. Wrestlers are almost anonymous, and not a lot of people knew who you were when you were an All-American wrestler, but it was the work that you did to get to that point to propel you to that next point. So let's talk about how coaching along the way, things like camps, clinics, and individual sessions helped you.
So important, especially now in the sport that we're in now. It's an individual sport. Fighting is an individual sport, but you very rarely hear me say I. There's really no I. I don't win fights. I didn't win the world title. I didn't knock this guy out. We did. It was my coaching, my coaches, my training partners. If you don't surround yourself with and seek out the best people that you can possibly put yourself into contact with, you're not going to be successful. And that's kind of what I was just here talking to the kids about. When you're 8 years old and you're hanging out with the kids, but there's the kids who aren't really having success because they're not doing the right things. You need to get involved and get around the kind of people with the same goals as you, and that's really what I stand by and really what has made me successful. Like I was telling these kids, I didn't have a lot of friends through high school, through college. I didn't have a lot of guys on the team. I wasn't like one of the popular guys on the team because I didn't have a lot of guys with the same mindset as me. I wanted to be a national champ, and a lot of the guys didn't. They just wanted to be a part of something. So clinics and individual lessons and a group of kids like this, when you can get into a good, all the gains are made in the summertime, when you can get into a good, forget what it's called, a good kids club with good coaches, high-level technique, that's when you're really gonna see success.
Well, you've seen a lot of it yourself. Once a champ, always a champ. Michael Chandler, I think future champ again as well, with the belt back around your waist, here at the Power Inferno Wrestling Academy Mega Clinic here today, and we'll hopefully see Mike again in the near future.